This is how you can turn Age of Mythology Retold into a cozy city builder. First off, we're going to start off with mods, which you can access in the actual in-game menu versus some random website, which can be a little annoying. I'm going to go to the mod manager, the ones I have installed. 2K tree and mine resources. This is so your gold mines and trees don't disappear, and removing some ambience from your build. If your build involves utilizing the trees and gold mines around your place, this right here will be very beneficial. 3 times tech. The economy side of this 3 times tech allows you to gather resources a lot quicker, so this is very beneficial. Additive no build limits. This removes a lot of limits that are on certain buildings, such as houses. If you want to build a lot of houses has I think a 10 or 20 a building or structure limit. So that is definitely very useful to have. Some of the ones that I added here, like the more hit points and fortresses, that's mainly for if you actually don't do the way I'm going to explain to you in a sec. This doesn't seem to work. Villager no pop cost, or at least doesn't work with the new faction. Double attack co-op campaign, a lot of this stuff is not necessary. The increased favor gain, that's nice. Increased natural resources is also pretty good. I didn't realize I had another map pack installed. Probably should remove that. Which one is this? Okay, so it's just a little extra. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the mods. When you add the mods, you have to restart the game in order for it to take hold. So do keep that in mind. But we're going to go to Skirmish. And there are 2 ways you can do it. So you're going to want to add no AI. When you click on it, it's probably going to be something like this. You're going to have 3 balanced AI. That means if you were to start, all the ones that are on separate teams will become your enemy. That is not how we are going to play it. If you were to go over here and scroll down to the bottom and say no AI, they will appear on the map, but they will not attack you. And if you go over here where it says personality, if you have a lot of AI and you don't want to do it manually, click no AI and click apply to all, and now all of them have no AI. So this is very beneficial, and these are all the different pantheons you can choose from and all the different gods or titans you can choose from. These 2 require the premium edition of the game, which is pretty cheap, and I believe Freya also requires the premium edition. So these 6 are not in the base game. Now let's back off. We're gonna stick with this one, and we're just gonna click play. So there's no AI, so it doesn't matter, and you'll be able to see shortly. So this is where I started off with. Depending on the map you pick, which I forgot to show you, you may or may not have walls around you. Most of them do not have walls around you. This is an arena, so it's not going to be the same. But if we look at the other AI, their villagers are not doing anything. They're not building, so you don't have to worry about getting attacked. If we go over here, same thing. They are not going to be something you have to worry about. And if we go over here, same thing. Although this guy would have been our ally in this instance if we were to have played a normal game. Now, the map size will also be dependent on how many AIs you pick. So for example, if you wanted to, you could theoretically, let's say if you pick like 10, I think the max you can pick is 12 total players, including yourself. If you were to put them all at no AI, you could build an army and go destroy them. It doesn't even have to be that big of an army. And you should be able to clear them out pretty easily. And then you could take the spot where they're at. So, let's showcase some of this. We're going to be going for the watermill for this case. Each faction has different style of buildings and different benefits. So, we're going to put you over there. And we're going to force you to go to food. Because that one also gathers wood and would have probably cut down that tree. This is for favor, which some upgrades and whatnot you'll actually need that for that. And if we go over here, I'm going to build that and have that go on the gold mine. And if you're new to this, like I said, don't worry. This is a very relaxing experience if you play it this way. It's also great for learning the game because you don't have to worry. And right now I have it where it's on excuse me. It's on, I think, faster speed. I believe it's on 2 times speed, which means you don't really have to worry too much about it being a little bit slow. So if you were to pick the faster speed, it'll be a lot quicker. Right now we're going to be building some houses. We're going to build a gate there, although it kind of looks a little off in my opinion because where the tower is. Now, how much food do we have left? And the reason I'm wondering that is because we need to build a temple in order to get to the next age, so it would unlock things like farms, for example. This is also the faction that I have the least amount of, or no, maybe not the least. The least would probably be the Chinese pantheon. But this is one of the factions that I don't really have too much time spent in it, so therefore still learning. Once that's done, actually, you know what, I'll build one of that. I should be able to get this in. As it says, requires a temple. And also requires 400 food. And it should be coming up any second now. There we go. And you also have different benefits that you can look over while you're doing it. This one has a faster favor gather rate. This one, I believe, is faster hunters for the villagers. Is that it? Also focuses. Oh, it actually even tells you right there. Hunting and range units. Focus on Mikos and infantry. I'm just going to go for the faster favor gather rate, personally. Okay, we got that done. I think I'm going to send him over to gather more resources in the wood area. Because the more wood I gather, the more farms I'm able to build. Which means I can remove this and place it somewhere else. Okay, so these guys are done. And I think I'm going to put my farms outside of the area. So let's go. I'm not sure if I want to put another gate there. I'm not sure if I want a double gate. I think I might. So maybe what I'll do is I'll start like can't tell if that's lined up properly. I think it is. Now we're gonna build this right here. As you can see, they're gathering resources and they're taking it all the way to the other resource gather point because I was a little slow in getting that set up. However, you don't really have to worry too much. And you also got a bunch of stuff down there. What do we got? So we're going to need more wood. So we got 4 farms now, which looks good. Also gathers resources. And if you hover over the resource itself, you will see how much resources you're gathering per minute. Right now it says I'm at 160 to 192 food per minute. Now it dropped a little bit. The wood is at about 200 a minute. Gold is at about 150. No, 130. I'd say in between would be about 130. Right now I have no favor generating because I have not used this Miku. But let's say if I were to go build this shrine over here, I'm trying to find a good spot. I'm not sure how many trees that is, but that's a lot right there. As you can see, you can take your time. And in fact, I'm going to go show you that they are still not doing anything. Nothing. And there's different maps. You have like the Nile map, which divides the enemies from each other. So if you were to pick that one, you would have like a big river right through the map, depending on how many people are on the map and how many. Like if it's like a 12 player free-for-all, it would just be divided into like 12 segments. If you put 6 on one side and then 6 on another, then it would also just be divided in half. If you did 3, 3, 3, and 3, it would be divided in excuse me. My throat's a little scratchy, so you have to forgive me for that. But yeah, overall, really chill, really cozy experiences. I've probably put with this feature in mind, I probably put at least 50 hours into this, playing it this way. Then I kind of took a break, and now I am back, and this is honestly very relaxing. I can just put something on and play, and I've spent like 3-4 hours on a single map before, just making a very interesting layout. And since you have, like, for example, Egyptians, their buildings look more desert, so that would probably be a really good pantheon if you're playing in a desert area. Norse looks really good in the winter maps, so and to be honest, it actually looks that way too. Like, it's like more wooden versus the Greeks, which is more stone, which is honestly really cool. Like, honestly, I know I said that word a lot right now. Microsoft or Xbox or whoever's making this right now, they could probably do a very simple spin-off and turn this into a city builder and just make a couple tweaks to make it more focused on the city builder aspect rather than the building an army to go attack the enemy aspect, and you would probably have a very successful game. You know, city builders are something that I really like. RTS games are something I really like. And one of the things that I've been known to do is turn my RTS games into base buildings or city building. So I think if they handled it right, they could probably make a pretty good spin-off game by turning Age of Mythology Retold into a city builder. So we have stone walls we're going to be upgrading, and I'm going to show you some of the upgrade potential for here. We're going to increase that. Should look different, although this can be upgraded I think 3 times because of the triple tech upgrade, which all that really does is essentially make their health stronger. So it says 3,000 hit points. This matters more if you're okay, we can build like 15 of you. This matters more if you're actually getting attacked and not just turning this game into a city builder. See, 4K. Now I need to get to the next level in order to, or the next age, which means I'm gonna need to build a armory. And you know what? I'm gonna zoom in by using the mouse wheel. And I think, nope, that's not it. I'm gonna center it back. I think it's shift actually. Yep, okay, shift is the one I'm looking for. And what I'm trying to do is figure out a good you know what? Maybe I'll put that smithy here. That could be a really good spot for it. Or that armory. And we're going to be building a couple more houses over here. Wait, did I do something weird? Oh, yep, I messed up. So, I thought I had these houses here turned a certain way. So we're going to let that build. And then we're just going to pivot them so they're facing the right way instead of being... Wait, did that go the wrong way again? You know what? Yep, it did. So this is something that you might have to figure out. So we're gonna make sure I thought I had it the right way the first time, but there we go, let's get rid of that. Go over there. And if we get this upgrade right here, this will change. Okay, that worked out much better. You need houses, in case you're wondering, in order to have a larger population size, which includes your villager, like your villagers, your army units. Pretty much any unit that you make requires having the necessary population. I believe each villager is like 1 pop, but there are some like military units and other units that might require more than 1 population just to make one of them up. Let's see if this one is one such. Yeah, see, this one requires 3 populations. So you have 150 food, 12 favor, 3 populations, which is like 3 in that little house shape, and it takes 14 seconds. Let's go like this. Now let's look at the rate. See, this one's up to 700 food per minute. Trees at about 300. Gold is about 300 as well. Now, if we look over here, if you were having this play out normally without mods, this tree would have been mined out already. See, it says 397,800 wood left in this tree. That's how long it would take to mine out this tree, by the way. It's a long time. See, we're about 15 minutes in, and it's barely at 3,000. So, if you were to times that by 10, so 150 minutes, that would be maybe 20,000 some wood taken off this tree, which shows you that it's going to take a heck of a long time. That'd be like, what, 1,500 minutes just to knock off a couple 100,000 on this one tree alone. So that is honestly why I have this mod installed, is so they can just mine at that one spot for a long time, and I don't have to really worry about it. And I can get rid of this one now. We're going to upgrade that. Now, the question is, do I build... Because there's a lot of stuff you can build. I think I'm going to go towards building... Do I need a market for the next... Oh, no, I already have the next. I can do it. Okay. So this one is a God of Archery, Strategy, Focus, Archers, and Heroes. This is Infantry and God Powers. Personally, I'm going to go with this one. I don't really think... Yeah, this is just for heroes. This doesn't really have any benefits to the economy. So I'm just going to go with that one. Let that play out. Do we have another mine? So we have another mine over here. So I'm going to go over here and place that there so they can start mining there. We only have one Miku right now, and she is giving us about 9 favor per minute. You can build more. What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, so here is the upgrade at the shrine. I was wondering where this was. So if I were to click this right here, this is going to expand, it looks like. Which means more favor, and it's going to add more trees and give this like pink vibe to it. I'm not sure. When you convert those trees into cherry trees, as you can see, it expanded a little bit, which means the favor should have gone up a little bit. Yeah, 10 per minute right now, which wasn't that big of an increase, honestly. 11 per minute. Okay, so maybe it's going to go up a little bit more than I thought. And then I can do it again because I have triple tech. So we're going to do it again, which is pretty nice. But you got to be careful with this mod currently because the cherry trees seem to max out at 280 resources. And that means they can mine out very quickly. And let's do it one more time. What are we at now? See, now we're at 15 favor per minute, which is pretty decent. Like I said, you only have, like, let's say if I were to build a couple more Miku. This one, yeah, see, this one has a 15 build limit for these castles. Let's build one. I don't know where I want to build it. Like, I could build it here. Like, what is it providing? What's it? Japanese castle, fire arrows, and garrison. They also train sea. Okay, so this is just showing you its attack range. It looks like. You know what? I will build that maybe here. Let's build that there. I'm going to take this out and we're going to build another shrine. As you can see, the shrine goes out a lot further now. That would kind of overlap, which would probably not be a good thing. But if I were to build one there, my favor generation, see right now it's at 21 per minute, which is pretty good. So I'm going to see how this plays out. I don't really need those stone walls in that area. Delete those buildings. I wonder if I could have potentially got that shrine there. I don't know. Okay, this is done. So it looks pretty good. Okay. Let's get that going. We're up to the next age. So that means we can do the upgrades for faster resource gathering. And we are able to go to the mythic age, which is typically in the Age of Mythology, this is the final age. However, with Retold, they've kind of reworked there's there's an actual other age, but you got to build a building for it. It's not like an upgrade like this, and it is very very powerful. So swords and conquest, samurai and infantry, god of nation building, and the other world focus on buildings and siege. So what I want to see is, what do they mean? Okay, I just focus on building units, research tech. I'm thinking that's a siege unit. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Well, that's Okinishu, and this is the Unmaraki. What is this one? Okay. What is this one? I'll go with this one. Nothing really for the economy, which is what I was looking to see, because some of the pantheons have a really good focus on economy, so getting their selecting a certain god when you're teching up will matter. So what are we at now? So we're at 35 per minute, which this might seem like a lot, but it is actually not. At least with the mods I've had. I believe Norse, if you build like a crap ton of a unit called a Herseer, they would generate like hundreds. I think I even got it with like that favor boost, and with like larger caps or population sizes due to some of the limitations removed. I think it would end up being like sometimes even in the thousands per minute sometimes. So now we're in the Mythic Age. If we look over here, nobody, or I should say, they are not doing anything. They are not doing anything. These guys are not doing anything. So effectively, they're not really doing anything right now. And now we got another benefit. What is this one? Oh. I did not know you could do that. That is actually very interesting. So theoretically, you could have this summon shrine or summon these trees. Okay, I really need to check that upgrade. Is there another way to check it? Okay, so this probably ain't gonna generate any near. So I could theoretically build, and I'm gonna test this out right now. I'm gonna build one of those. Oh, there's one of the myth units. As you can see, this is one of the myth units I get. Pretty big, pretty powerful. Actually, I don't know how powerful it is. I'm just assuming. Okay, that's just annoying the crap out of me. I've never seen that happen before. Probably because the animations was like its movement wasn't part of the animation, so it was like going in and the door was open, then it backs out, and then in, out, and the doors are like those doors at like Walmart or Target or one of those like big stores where if you walk too close, or if you walk to it, it'll automatically open, back away, and it'll close. And they're just messing around with the doors. Okay, so I'm gonna build a shrine over. So if I were to build a shrine, let's say right here, what does that look like? Ooh. The gates look fancy. The walls look fancy. I actually like that now. Okay, so there's not much going on here. So maybe they'll actually start spawning some of those trees nearby. Okay, so we got a lot of villagers here. One of the things that we can build is a wonder. This takes us to the next age, and it requires a crap ton. So I'm going to build a crap ton of these villagers real quick. Well, not a crap ton. It's actually not that many. What does this building look like? Oh, we're getting close to the population size. I don't know where the entrance is. I'm going to be real here. This looks cool, but... actually, let's take one of these. We're going to have to build some of these houses somewhere. You know what? I'll build them over here. And as long, hopefully this doesn't mess up again like it did last time. But I think if I were to build this, do I want to build it there? I want to build it out here. Like, what is this wonder? That's the thing. Oh wait, it actually is summoning the trees around there. Look. That tree and those two trees were not there before. It's only this tree and the tree down at the bottom here. You know what? I think I'll build this out here. And I'm going to have this go build the town center out there. Because we do need the Secret of the Titan at some point. Well, we don't need it, but it would be nice to have that. The Secret of the Titan allows you to build a Titan, and I kind of want to show it off. For those who have not seen it. You can go up there. Actually, no. Keep this little guy over here. Okay, how far are we? So we're at 8%. Okay, so it's working on the Titan Gate now. There we go. Do I want to build? You know what? I will. I have the little gate out here. Probably it's not going to look that great, honestly. But I could build a little temple out here. Maybe a couple houses. I'm not sure how close the houses would actually be to the temple. So, like, you know. Oh, that's what we do. So we're going to build this, I think, right here. This is a Titan. This doesn't really play a role in the... if you're just wanting to play this as a city builder. But kind of want to show it off because it looks pretty cool. How far are we over here? Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm not sure how the walls should go. You know what? There we go. Let's see how that ends up looking. I think I might do another layer of houses like that. See how that looks. Okay, it looks like that's done building. That's just basically upgrades for the... Oh wow, I didn't realize I had this and I could upgrade still. What am I looking at for? Oh, yes. Let's look at the favor. 64 per minute right now. If you look at the gold, 565, 600. So that's pretty decent. That's 400. That's 500. And the reason I'm saying it's pretty decent because I don't have that many gatherers on these resources. Go over there. Let's get the next upgrade. And I don't have the triple tech resource gathering at the top yet. Here we go. This is the Titan. Now, this might look big now. And you can look at the stats, like the health points are like 28,000. I'm going to be using this right here to essentially get rid of one of the AIs to show you that if you wanted to build in their area, because maybe you like where they're at, you can actually build an army enough to go up there and get rid of it. You know what? Get over here. Build. So it's at 42% right now. There we go. There we go. Actually, I'm liking the way this is turning out over here. But as you can see, very cozy. Take your time. We're a half hour in. And the reason why it says I say a half hour instead of the full 1 hour, 1 minute you can see up in the upper right corner is because I know that this is at 2 times speed. I'm probably going to go for like maybe another 15 minutes to a half hour, depending on if I have something I want to say. This is kind of unfortunate. I would have really liked to build the farms out a little bit more. I mean, I could still build a farm there and just go like that. You know what? Maybe I will. Gotta wait for the wonder to get done first. And build that one more upgrade. Build 15 more. And now we can look at this tree. Okay, that looks actually pretty cool. So basically, this is slowly generating resources or extra trees for you to chop down. So for example, let's just say you were playing with limited resources. You could just build one here, one there, one there, one there. Okay, maybe not if there's something there, but let's, okay, one here, one here, one here. Get rid of that with the farm, and then just go down here. And you would have like a wall of trees that would just continuously respawn there. That's actually really cool. I like that. How close are we to? Okay, we're almost done with the wonder, and then we're gonna be able to show the. Actually, you know what? Here's the Titan. There it is. See how much bigger it got? Got 56,000 health, and we're gonna go over here. Get it close to there, and then we're gonna destroy that. So for those who would just wanna, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go like that. And I think I will build the farms out here a little bit more. Okay. Now, one of the best parts of this guy right here, any of the Titans really, you can just walk along the wall, and it's like a big delete button for the wall buildings. Look at that. Nice little trick right here for those who wanna just delete the walls without really having to focus in on that. Buildings take a little bit of time, especially if they're, well, not here because they didn't really have upgrades. And obviously they weren't doing anything. If we go down here, oh, that ended up hitting that Or deer. Or is it elk or deer? No, it's a caribou. I was completely wrong on both. Okay, now we go down here. There we go. Now if I wanted some more cows, I could take those. Get rid of... Now we're just going to get rid of this building and they're pretty much done. It says they lost the town center. They shouldn't really have anything. Yep. They got the whole arrow dash to them. And just like that, they're not even there anymore. So that's a pretty simple way to take over a position. Like for example, if I didn't have blue as my ally, then I could go over here, do the same thing to them. But I think you gotta leave one AI available. Otherwise, I'm not sure because I've done this with so many RTS games. I'm not sure if you get rid of all of the AI, if it's like a game, you win, but you can't build on it anymore. So you can save. I think it's, let's see, yeah, so you can save on the skirmishes. And, you know, before you do that, before you commit to it, so you don't end up making a mistake. Let's look at here. Mines. So what are we at? So we're at 123 favor per minute. Oh, I forgot. These wonders provide a favor a second. So if you have one of these built, that's 60 favor a second. And you can build more than one. So if I wanted to, I could build another one somewhere else. Like over here. I'm not sure if this is normal or if this is because I have that no build or that's like some of those building limits removed. But that is definitely very useful. How much food am I getting? So that's actually not that much. So we're gonna start building. There we go. Let's build another one of these things. And then we're gonna build a farm on the other side. Wait. Hopefully I got it right. I might have been a little off. We'll find out in a sec. If this doesn't allow me to build, okay, it does. So we got it to where I wanted. Put a little gate there. I'm not sure if I want to cut this off. Oh wait, I could do it that way. So what if I go like this? And then like that maybe? So let that build the way Now the question is, do I want a gate here? You know what, I think I will. I think a gate there would be pretty nice. So it fences off this little nice area. Now we have dojos, guardhouse, stable. Let's go for a guardhouse. Would that look good here? Or would I rather the guardhouse be like here? Would you have a guardhouse by a temple? So I think you would probably have something like this over here instead. You know what? I'm gonna put that there. What does a dojo look like? So maybe you put a dojo here. Yeah, let's put a dojo there. And a guardhouse, maybe. I think it's getting too cluttered. I'll just leave it like that. Maybe the guardhouse. Actually, the guardhouse could be outside, maybe. I don't know. So we're at a little over. Well, it'll be about an hour, 20 minutes here. So just divide that in half. That'd be what? 40? Yeah, 40 minutes. Wait. Oh, that didn't finish. Maybe I should build. You know what? I kind of want to build farms over here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna build one of these shrines. And I'm gonna build a few more of them. Because let's say if I build this, if I build another shrine like here, maybe. Probably gonna be overlapping because there's like no resources there, but I want to see how the trees go. Because if I could turn this little sparse area up here into like a bunch of sakura trees, or was it cherry trees? Cherry trees, right there. And where do I want to put a market? I don't know how the markets work. Maybe the market would be out here. You know what? Maybe I build... You know what? That's what I'll do. I'm gonna take you guys. You're gonna build a town center right there. And I think I might build like a little village here. As you can see, simple, cozy, just a lot of fun. I don't have to deal with, like, look, no AI. They are not doing a thing. Same thing with our ally. And look, I'm an hour, 23 minutes in, so divide that in half. So a little over 40 minutes. And I've only covered this little area here. Now granted, this is a tutorial on how to turn this into it, so I'm not really focusing 100% on the building aspect, but, and on top of this, I'm not as familiar with this pantheon. If I was playing like the Atlantean, like Gaia, I'm more familiar with her. I would probably have a better base, or more I'd say a larger base or city building than I do now, which I'm not going to complain. But let's go over here. You know what? I think I'm going to put one there. Actually, I got a better idea. One there. I'm not actually going to have them build it yet. I'm going to have them get it ready. And you know what I could do? Oh, that could be cool. I'm debating how I would want to do that. So what I'm debating on is, like, I could put like a tower here. Like, would one be better off here in the middle, kind of in the way, or like would one be better off having like a tower in the middle of the field? Probably not in the middle of the field if I were to hazard a guess. Maybe on the outskirts of the field, so like maybe like having like a little watchtower like right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that. But first, let's get that done. And then, so I'm gonna build that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. I'm liking the way this is turning out, personally. I'm not sure. Okay. I was kind of curious if that would work. Since that's close to that town, it might start putting some of those people over there to take it to the town center instead of this little building right there. There we go. So we're at like 30 some people gathering wood, or not wood, food. So it's probably going to be close to about 2,000 some per minute, which is pretty good. Let's build that. So apparently we got another Miku. What's this? Also another Miku over here as well. So this ain't really doing that much because there's not that many. That's understandable. But that's definitely pretty cool. I definitely like that. So if I were to put like one there, and like one here. You know what? Let's do that. Nope. Oh wait, those? Oh, now that is something I didn't know about. I didn't realize it affected that and the animals as well. That's actually really cool. Good thing, I mean, not a good thing. I kind of found out a little bit late, but I guess better late than ever. So we're at about 45 minutes in, it looks like. And I think we are pretty good with what I wanted done. Oh, I actually kind of forgot about this area over here. So if we build a market, that. By the way, the markets allow for you to trade with your town centers or your allied town centers. So since this guy happens to be my ally, I theoretically could send this to my ally. Or if I had this town center, I could send it to my... So if we wait for it to get finished... What is this? Oh, that's favor stash, okay. So coinage... Collecting. Apparently have a build limit of 60 caravans. Task the caravan on any town center to collect gold and return it to your target. Longer routes produce more gold. Oh yeah, that's what is something else I should have said. Yeah, the longer your route, the more gold you get. Maybe... Like that, maybe? I don't know if that would be a good spot to build it, but there you go. I think this is a pretty good jumping off point. There's not really much else that I would be doing other than just slowly building upon it, and I kind of got my point across on what this is. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section below. If you guys have made it this far, hit the like button, because this is like what, almost, that'd be an hour 40 minutes. That would be what, 100 minutes? That would be fifth. So this is like, we're approaching like the 50-minute mark. Once that reaches an hour and 40 minutes on that up there. And yeah, by the way, you have different pantheons, like I said before, different build styles. Like this is Japanese. This is, I believe this is the goddess Amatsuru. So like over here, if you look at this is Norse. Different build style. Gonna be more wooden. Probably gonna look better in like forest areas or like winter areas. This one is the Greeks. I believe this is Hades. Different style. This is stone walls. Obviously we didn't get to see them building stuff because we turned the AI off. And this is Japanese. And like I said before, you have Atlanteans, you have Greeks, Egyptians, which are going to be more desert focused, like looking better. But I'm sure you could probably make it look good in other places. So I said Atlanteans, Greeks, Egyptians, Norse, Chinese, and Japanese. There's no information of whether they're going to add more pantheons in the future. So that is something to keep in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.